it has even taken too long for Stonebwoy to respond in that way. I mean, I think that's the best way for Stonebwoy to respond to what is happening. And if he has done it now, I think it's good because this is what Aisha Modi is looking for. She's looking for recognition of whatever that she has done for BHIM Nation. And if the president will recognize her for her hard work within BHIM camp, I think she will be okay. He was sharing his opinion. And objectively, we know what is going on online, as you said. I mean, when he's the main guy talking about his craft, I don't see any way that he will say that Black Sherif is ahead of him. For him, he will rather talk about his side of things, but not do comparison. That's why he will say that he's a global artist, but not Black Sherif. Calm about it and just pass a comment. Like, well, maybe he feels that it's for the NDC, so he will not come. Just say something like that, and the rest, maybe Ejeko will come and answer. By the way you are saying it, I am so sure that if Ejeko went in there, they would have rubbed it on his face.
There is a breaking news, and I'm sure the big man is on his way to come and give you the details of that breaking news. There is an apology and a retraction from Shatta, and it is an issue between him and Bulldog. The details, I'm sure, will be on the next video. So if you have not subscribed right after this particular video, you can refresh and also enjoy that particular video.
Ride or drive with Shaxi. Download the Shaxi ride-hailing app and sign up as a driver or rider. Get Shaxi today from the Google Play and Apple App Store today.
It is the last day of the month of April, but of course, it is a midweek action live on Sammy Flex TV Showbiz Daily. I don't know how so far the first quarter has been for you, but coming from the back of MTN, actually declaring that they've rigged in about 1.7 billion Ghana cedis of profit. I don't know, the first quarter, and I will say akroma de kono. Yeah, the whole call. And you are welcome. This is another beautiful edition of Showbiz Daily. My name is Roland Amate, sitting in for the big man. Of course, when you know I sit here and then the big man is Ochano Huabakakra, and he will definitely be up and running when he gets back to the office. But then, if you are watching, make sure you subscribe, share your views in the comment section. Let me say big ups to Sam Tuga, who is also helping us with production, as well as Theophilus Digosh, aka Kofi on it, and Officer Design. But with me in the studio, Intim Dodo Solomon, aka Chemo, is also here. He is the online manager of Flex Entertainment and everything in Tidosu Digital Solutions. If you want any solution digitally, forget Baumia. This is the man that you need to contact.
Sure. That one there is true.
That one is true.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm forgetting Baumia.
Forget Baumia and come to me if you have solution to your digital problems. Yeah, I am the last person to go to. If you get to me and you don't get solution, forget it.
Two devices.
Nobody can help you. If I can't do it, nobody can help.
But how has the first quarter been?
Very hard for me.
Hey.
Yeah.
What's MTN is rigging 1.7 billion?
Yeah, good for them, but for me, yeah, it's been hard. I mean, paying rent and other stuff, Charlie, is serious. So it's really hitting me hard, but I think it will get better. So
him now,
big one. Me why has say bye, shall you.
Of course, and since we are entering into the next phase of the year, I'm sure if you have not rigged in very soon, sitting a familiar car, we will cash out. Now you bet Chiliama, I won't But then we are entering straight into the conversations that we have on our table today. Today we are going to talk about stan culture, aka fan base in the mix, and how they affect people from Shatta movement, BHIM Nation, high grade, and why Kofi Kenata the NT move, among others.
Shea
Gang. Aqua Diana or say Aqua Nation, say Aqua Nation. Omuni no more. Patapaa is also in the news. Money fans are also there.
I'm giving you more names.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of Patapaa soldiers, Patapaa is also in the news. Your president is in the news, as well as Agya is also in the news, and also in connection with the AshantiFest that happened some few weeks ago. Today's topics they are very, very interesting, and let's start the whole conversation with the stand culture thing. Or we maybe say stand culture. What are we talking about with stand culture? And like I said, we are talking about fan base and how they affect our industry, including the artists themselves. And here, with the case study, we are going to use Aisha Modi and Stonebwoy, but not forgetting other camps. Like I said, the Shatta movement, the high grade, the Patapaa soldiers, the Shea Gang, and what have you. Where do you belong to, and how does the activity affect the camp? But before we enter into the stand culture thing, Chamo, have you seen the video or have you seen the news of Stonebwoy reaching out to Aisha Modi?
Yeah, I've seen the video, but I've not watched to get the details of what happened. Okay. I heard Aisha Modi saying that my boss no sending message, and I heard that thing, and was sending message me personama kutiaba, but I've not gone deeper to know exactly what he sent and what her reaction response is and all this. I've not.
Well, for me, I've seen the video, and according to her, she read the message, but did not read it aloud for people. But she read it, and the remarks was that, it is about, let's sit down and like talk about it. Let's try and settle this. What do you make of this conversation at this point?
That's a good move. I think it has even taken too long for Stonebwoy to respond in that way. I mean, I think that's the best way for Stonebwoy to respond to what is happening. And if he has done it now, I think it's good, because this is what Aisha Modi is looking for. She's looking for recognition of whatever that she has done for BHIM Nation. And if the president will recognize her for her hard work within BHIM camp, I think she will be okay. So it is good that Stonebwoy is reaching out that she should come down for them to settle. And I think even just this message will calm her down. So it's a good move from Stonebwoy. I think he has done well for doing that.
Okay, so with that, let's go to Ghana Web and have a quick read on the stand culture article and also have a discussion on it. So it says how stand culture is shaping and shaking the Ghanaian music industry. Across the globe, and certainly in Ghana, fans have moved beyond just listening to music. They are now active, powerful players in shaping careers, industries, and even the personal lives of their favorite musicians. But what happens when unreverent support turns into unbridled obsession? And what happens when one's devoted fan flips the script, as we've recently seen with Aisha Modi and Stonebwoy? This article takes a look at the rise of stand culture in Ghana, Ghana's music industry, the opportunity it has created, the dangers it poses, and how incidents like Aisha Modi's fallout with Stonebwoy spotlight the complex emotional world of fandom today. The rise of fanatism or stan culture in Ghana. Stan culture, a term derived from the Eminem song Stan, refers to intense or obsessive support for a celebrity or artist. In Ghana, the phenomenon is impossible to ignore. Sark Nation, fans of Sark, Shatta movement, fans of Shatta, BHIM Nation, fans of Stonebwoy, Shea Gang, fans of Wendy Shea, and Money fans of Manifest, and a host of others are some prominent fan bases that have risen to national prominence in Ghana. These fan armies are not cheering from the sidelines, rather with the power of social media at the fingertips of these fan armies. They are driving sales, boosting streaming numbers, and can even influence award outcomes. In today's industry, having a loyal, loud, and digital-savvy fan base can make or break an artist's career. And it went ahead to highlight the positive impact of stan culture, the negative impact of stan culture, and also the ones that has to do with Aisha Modi and more. I don't know what you make of this conversation, but you can also share your views. And with a positive and negative, of course, you can go ahead to read. But the Aisha Modi example is also another topic that it captured. And it says, when loyalty turns sour. One of the most glaring recent examples of stan culture turning sour is the falling out between Aisha Modi and Stonebwoy. Aisha was once seen as one of Stonebwoy's most dedicated supporters, ride or die member of BHIM Nation. She publicly defended Stonebwoy, fought online battles on Stonebwoy's behalf, and championed his music and brand. However, today, the story is different. Aisha has turned into one of Stonebwoy's fiercest critics, taking to social media to hurl accusations, air grievances, and even question his character. Her public outbursts in recent days have included printable and unprintable words, alleging everything from jealousy to ingratitude. This dramatic shift highlights one major flaw of stan culture, the personal sense of ownership fans sometimes feel over artists. When the artist doesn't meet their expectations, whether personal or professional, the backlash can be intense, public, and deeply damaging. And it gave other topics include how stan culture is shaping the music industry, and the conclusion is navigating the future of fandom. Chamo,
yep.
Maybe when you have time, you can enter into the article and read, have a very good read for yourself. But I want to go to Chamo for him to give me the pros and cons of fandom, stan culture, fan-based stuff in our country, and how it is affecting our industry, and whether or not we should continue or cut it off. Chamo?
Yeah, Ro, I think this is a good article coming from the author. I really, I don't know the name, but you see, she or he made a mistake that if Aisha reads this article, or not so opportunity.
Oh, how?
Oh, how? Because the example that she or he used, using
Aisha Modi as a case study.
As a case study wasn't a good one. I mean, I wouldn't take anything from this article, but that portion is wrong. Wow. The reason is that Aisha Modi is not just a fan. Aisha Modi was part of the BHIM camp.
Okay.
Even if you take it that it wasn't official, fine. But she knew more than just a fan.
Okay.
According to the same article, some of the fans, the musician or the people that they love so much don't even know that they exist.
Sure.
That's what when you are talking about fans, that's what you are talking about. But Aisha Modi was integral part of the BHIM camp. She was moving with them, the team, the core team, the people that you say, okay, BHIM Nation belongs to these people. She was part of it, so you can't just
the movers and shakers.
Exactly, so you can't just label her as fan.
Okay.
And no, I've been a Stonebwoy. Interview, I can't ask them to know. The article I think is a good one. It's a good read. People should read it. But using Aisha Modi as a case study for me was wrong. He could have done better. I mean, a person like Fala Boss or
also fitting.
Yeah, he would be the perfect fit. Because he was just a fan. He wasn't a management member.
Okay.
He wasn't part of the core SM team. So for him, he will fit exactly what the article is talking about, but not Aisha Modi.
But generally, I mean, there are some people like DJ Slim who has called fan base or stan culture in the space as a cancer.
Yeah.
And to him, he is a strong believer of the fact that we should even cancel those called fan base of artists and just call it off.
Yeah.
Like dissolve those camps and all of that.
How do you dissolve?
Because to him, it is becoming more of a negative vibe or negative effect onto the space than positive.
No, he can say that just based on the how his thinking is. But the point is that you cannot stop this. Even the artists themselves cannot stop this. They can't in any way. And it's not only happening in musical. This thing we have talked about it before. Even when it comes to phones, iPhone users and Android users, they be omoku. Samsung users and iPhone users, they are at each other's throat and all those things. So this thing is not just about phones. I remember some time ago the Mac users and the Windows users. It was giddy like that too.
Of course, nah.
Using Mac or using Windows, it was something crazy. So it's not like the principals, as I call them, can even stop them. Just that it has come in a way that the principals or the celebrities can take advantage of it.
Okay.
That's what is happening. So for it stopping, I don't see any way that it will stop. And I love the way the articles, the guy or whoever wrote it, the writer did it. Okay. Because the writer tried to look at both sides, the positive and the negatives, and I'm with him on the positive side. The fan bases, they are the core people that can start shaking things, pushing things in a way that before even a music lover or somebody who is just an observer will hear of you. Okay. The fan bases can let whatever work that you have done go far. They are the ones who will start the streaming. They are the ones who they are so obsessed that whatever that comes from you, they are on it. They are the first people to see things. They are the first people to share because they want to use it for the bragging right. They are so proud of whatever that you do. So I think that's the positive side of the stan culture, and nobody can stop it because it is not the celebrities or the musicians who would just say that I need a fan base and they start it. No, it always starts from the fact that some people love your works. Some people love the way you do your things, and then for whatever reason they will find themselves, a lot of them, and then they will start behaving in a way in their head they are just supporting you, and it become the culture that we are seeing. So I think that's the positive side, and it is helping people. Negative side, yes, I think it is there. Nobody can take away the fact that some of them go way overboard. And it's because they are possessed at the point, in fact, they are so obsessed about the whole thing that they are not reasonable again. I see. And we see it happening. In fact, some of them, when you say something negative about their idol, they can get sick. They go crazy.
They cry.
Like, they are so disturbed that even the artist himself or herself will not be disturbed like that. So it's something crazy. For that matter, I agree with the writer that yes, I think it's something that if there's any way that we can mitigate it or reduce the damage, let's do it. Okay. But sitting here, I don't really see how we are going to do that. Even the musicians themselves, I don't see how they are going to help this. Because when they are obsessed like that, even the musician will suffer for that obsession. It's like somebody loves you so much that they don't want you to do anything, or they don't want you. There are certain way that they want you to behave. So if you don't behave like that, they have problem. They will have problem with you. So for that one, I think it's for the scientists and maybe the clinicians, the psychologists and mental health
practitioners.
Yes, I think it gets to the extreme that those people they can have issue with their mental health. So for me, it is a problem in that sense, but I don't see the way that the musicians or the
artists or
celebrities or even a company. In the case of, let's say, iPhone, I don't know what Apple company would do to get that obsession from those who are so obsessed about iPhones. I don't know what they can do.
But looking at the positives and the negatives in the space, as an upcoming musician, would you advise him or her to add that to their priority list, aside them getting the fame, the money, the knowledge in the business? would you also like advise them to put that in their priority list?
Of course, because it will be at the advantage. The negative side, that's why I'm saying that. I don't really know what they can do to take away the negativity or the negative side of things. But the positive is that if you have them, they will help your cause. So if you have means to get them, why not? Just that I also don't believe that if you are an upcoming musician, you can just get up and get a fan base who are so obsessed about your craft. No. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of proving yourself, and then it will come naturally. For me, I think the fan base, they are formed naturally. Yes, the way that it will become like the SM movement or the BHIM Nation or the Sark natives is when the principal or the celebrity will acknowledge that there's a group of people like this who support me so much that I want to officially acknowledge them.
Okay.
That's when that you get to the SM empire or the BHIM native and others. But if you are an upcoming musician, you have only one song, and then you start calling your fans whatever the matter free hoko. When you prove yourself, the fan base will automatically form. The only thing that you have to do is to acknowledge your fans. That's it, and then you have the fan base. Because I don't know if Shatta sat down, planned and said that no, I have to have SM movement, so I'm coming to create a fan base and bring people in. I don't think that's what happened.
Well, speaking of fan base, one person who is also the president of a fan base is Mr. Patapaa. And in the space, he is also in the news today. What is Patapaa saying? He is the boss of the Patapaa soldiers, and their tagline is Ye Jalai. Ye Jalai. Obeto Dre Ewo E. And according to him, he says Black Sherif or he, Patapaa, has more global appeal than Black Sherif. And I'm sure you'll be asking, hey, how, when, where? Relax. He said this on the Savage Room podcast on YouTube, and I would want us to go and watch that particular video, so that when we come back, I'll ask Chemo on the internet, on the biggest online manager in Ghana, and he said Patapaa said he has the biggest global appeal than Black Sherif. Well, he will be the one in the best position to tell us, and of course you as well, if per what you also know. Let's watch Patapaa on this particular interview. When we come back, Chemo will enter.
Black Sherif then drum benako the whole world. If you me boy kawala drum David ba scope atuma me abrofo na watch drum na o matro. Black Sherif was signed by Nigeria people. Into one the Nigeria what artists. Once Ghana mo jeje no so kakra dey so obi amoni drum mi o. It is Abera no said there I was said then.
Pella nya bera.
O say
Pella.
Thank you. Sa Pella no enye ne pen odi o mama ne 1,000 pool. But it feel like no drum way a popular song. A hero song. A drum e call viral the whole world. Me be you. Na ma ko se tunabu. Wo a wo jia we. Date na so re me interview 100 says Black Sherif. Now when obi ofi Nigeria mpo no the one corner or the act. Sake of that video ninti na setwale ye mo ba I was shocked say oba no na me ne ha we say wo pese wo say me career I would rather spoil your career Nigeria won boga na nwumo
I know the true
ukọ Nigeria nwumo wo bo one corner
wadwen say be say ne career be ready ono so be say wo career because in Nigeria ekwa only one song pen wo bo from Ghana or one corner Chemo Patapaa soldiers president say Osemwa mo ye mo comparison na. Don't compare Black Sherif to him because he is a global artist with a global song. Chemu, what is your reaction on this?
You see, me, I'm a sympathizer of Patapaa. So Patapaa soldiers ye Jalai. Said the president Kana. Yes. So, but here is the thing. I mean, I am some way somehow affiliated to Patapaa soldiers because our own person Abbas is there. So We know
the manager, Abbas.
Yeah, so we know what is happening at Patapa Soldiers Camp. For me, I think he was sharing his opinion. And objectively, we know what is going on online, as you said. I mean, when he's the main guy talking about his craft, I don't see any way that he will say that Black Sherif is ahead of him. For him, he will rather talk about his side of things, but not do comparison. That's why he will say that he is a global artist, but not Black Sherif. But I mean, objectively, I disagree with my own president. Yeah, because I want to come from the angle that he was coming from.
Okay.
And the angle is that he was praising himself. And in the quest of praising himself, he tried to compare himself to Black Sherif. But the truth is that, looking at the numbers that I know, or some people also know, Patapaa can't say that he is more visible globally than
Black Sherif.
Black Sherif. No, that one I disagree with him. And the reason is the numbers don't lie in this case. We can check Patapaa's YouTube channel or his digital stores numbers and check Black Sherif's numbers. We will know that Black Sherif is far ahead of him. No matter how you want to look at it. Patapaa got a global hit. I think nobody would dispute the fact that One Corner is a global hit. You can't take it away from Patapaa. And he was basing just on that to say that he's a global artist. And in that sense, I agree with him. But he is not bigger than Black Sherif, or even closer to Black Sherif in terms of number or visibility. Black Sherif, he has appeared on a platform that will give him more exposure than Patapaa. So Patapaa cannot go there. You see, even on YouTube alone, at the point, Black Sherif was among the rising stars on YouTube that YouTube intentionally projected for some time. I think they did it for about a year. Black Sherif new song, he got YouTube Music to put a special attention on the promotion of his songs. So for me, I think again, Black Sherif at a point also got a deal with Ellison. I think Ellison or something like. There was a brand that Black Sherif was associated with.
But even with Black Sherif, his new project, the video even came to retweet Ghana Apple Music top songs and was even begging. He says, Black Sherif, Iron Boy, how far? Make I enter #1. I want screenshots. Because Black Sherif's song has taken over Ghana's Apple Music top songs. Like throughout, to the extent that even the video can't enter.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, I think Patapaa was talking about his songs and he got emotional, and also the fact that he has a global hit is a fact. So he was using that one to argue, but I beg to differ. I think he should relax in this sense, because he is nowhere close to what Black Sherif has achieved now.
You think in this conversation, fans, can it go into some form of enmity between these two camps? As in with what Patapaa is saying, and if the camp or maybe sympathizers or followers of Black Sherif also hear this, would it be one that would draw them away from Patapaa?
Well, you see, talking for fans is really difficult. But as I said, they are so obsessed that at some point they will not use logic or try to be reasonable here. They just don't want to hear anything negative about the person that they love. So what you are saying can come in, because for those people, they will not be reasonable and say, wait a minute, let's check the numbers. Let's just be reasonable and check the numbers. Let's just look at what is happening and judge for ourselves. So if you know for sure, like what he's saying, he was just talking about himself, trying to praise himself, and then he went to a territory that you and I will agree that no, this one, the Patapaa, you got it wrong. Nobody will care about this. I mean, it's just him talking about whatever that will make him feel good. But you see, since some people can be so unreasonable, yes, they may take it serious and also want to act in the opposite direction, and it can lead to so many things. So yeah, I agree that some of these talks, if you don't take care, it can lead to something else. But for me, it shouldn't, because the numbers will talk for itself.
The numbers will definitely talk for itself. This is still Showbiz Daily, and you can equally share your views in the comment section. Patapaa is speaking. He says when you put him on a global scale between him and Black Sherif, Patapaa, is far gone. But then, from the beginning of this month into the second week, during Easter was one of the regions that was very hot in terms of event activities and more was Ashanti region. And it was all about the original minister, Dr. Mwakohene, hosting what he called the AshantiFest for the first time in the Ashanti region. And of course, it comprised of so many activities throughout certain days. I think it was about a whole week of festivities, even into the Easter season. And as such, after, there are so many conversations that have come out of it. One of them is captured on Ghana Web, and it says, Ejako refused to attend AshantiFest due to guilty conscience. And this is coming from colleague actor Michael Afrane. Veteran Kumawood actor Michael Afrane has addressed speculations that his colleague Ejako was sidelined from the recent AshantiFest celebrations in Kumasi due to his MPP affiliations. In a viral video on social media, Michael Afrane, during an interview, maintained that no one was excluded from the event. He stated that no one holds any grudges against Ejako, and the actor could have joined his colleagues without needing a special invitation. And this is a quote. He says, Ejako didn't need a special invitation since he was based in the Ashanti region. If he had decided to join us to perform, he would have been welcomed. Nobody had any personal issue with him, he said. Michael Afrane speculated that Ejako's absence might have been due to his own guilty conscience over comments that he made while campaigning for the New Patriotic Party (NPP) during the 2024 elections. Another quote says, maybe it was because of his guilty conscience, the things he said because of partisan politics. The fact that someone is from a different party than you doesn't mean you can talk to that person anyhow. You should be careful how you speak to others. Today might be someone else. Today it might be someone else, but tomorrow it could be you, he stated. But then, there is a video to it. And in fact, I would want us to go and watch this video. When we come back, I have some few questions to ask. AshantiFest, the activities, the people that were involved, some people that were missing in action like Ejako and the rest. What are the pros and cons in this particular conversation? Let's go and watch this video. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Kumawood All Stars. Sometimes they perform Adum TV. Okay. They make what you say. And during the AshantiFest, I say, you performing a play now. You be mad. Don't think media no. Sign money. Be and so you have your concubida. What did they mention? I say. Now you say you are from pa. AshantiFest was here. So what I say?
We hear invite. Say invite.
AshantiFest. That's a Ashanti festival. Yeah, I know you say yes. Any invite movie. That be invite in any program lineup. And also we should program lineup for baby over 50 office over no aba. But my body na so no aba. So the yim kase we mumla na so we mumla. No. It will be no problem. Obaya ebeje no. So let me just say, Obi also be area. Obi to say you to for buy this money na to one perform. Obi to be a continue. Obi no better. So what is the mention I say? But maybe na on guilty conscience. And I want to be aba. Ni guilty conscience.
Say bana one ban.
Maybe on one be an one team upon one team the one for and on one answer.
I don't know more problem here.
Yeah, obi any problem be say what you know in Ashanti region MPP ni NDC kasa ebi mu eka no ya na emwa they make what you say the first say you different parties and when you say obi your party you the enemy it is obi o no kasa no you very careful because ebi na you
Oh, okay.
Well, this is what came from Michael Afrani. When your coach, you know, where your actor no feel kumase. But then, Chemo, I said, yeah, the AshantiFest about, but a bit more Ashanti sem who him. So they did not join. One person that I have not seen much also from him with the AshantiFest conversation was DJ Slim. That one too, I have to say I've observed. Portfolio, I think MC the concert. But after, I did not see anything from DJ Slim. I was even expecting a review or something from him, but as a dead end. But what do you make of Michael Afrani's allegations of the fact that Ejako didn't need a special invite to attend, and he would have just joined and he would be welcome?
Oh, for me, I think the comments or the speculation as the report was given is needless, coming from Michael Afrani. Because for me, I think it was more like a shade to Ejako than to even address the issue. The best way was for somebody like Michael Afrani to say that, oh, I don't have idea of why Ejako didn't come. If yes, then you go ahead and say anything at all, then you can say, well, maybe because he feels that it's for NDC, so he doesn't want to be part of it.
Okay.
I think that would have been a fair comment because Ejako hasn't said anything. So if you are speculating, I think you should end in a way that it will not be like you want to say that Ejako is bitter. That's why he's not there. I mean, why? Why do you want to go that direction?
Maybe because we NDC for an and I also MPP.
Exactly. But look at the way that he went about it. That he feels that his guilty conscience and all. What will happen if he comes there? What is the guilty conscience about this? So I'm more about the way that he said it. Not really about whether it is true that it is not or it is not true. But it was like, now it is our turn, so me too, let me give it to him. You see, and some of these things will not let him come there.
I see.
Yes, because he knows. Sir, you rub it in his face. Just based on how he is talking about it. Just based on the way Michael Afrani is talking. But he could have been so calm about it and just pass a comment. Like, well, maybe he feels that it's for the NDC, so he will not come. Just say something like that, and the rest, maybe Ejako will come and answer. By the way you are saying it, I am so sure that if Ejako went in there, they would have rubbed it on his face. You see, there are others there who were for NPP, but they were not so out like that, like the way Ejako was. So for them, they can go there and nobody will say anything. Because they don't even see their impact at the other side. But Ejako was so out there, Ejako was even campaigning. So for him, he's obvious, he's clear, we know where he stands. So obviously they will come after him. The same thing, I have not seen people talking about Lawyer Inti's absence when the AshantiFest also did KJTR versus
Makola, a stage play.
Lawyer Inti was also missing in action. And even the NGO was missing in action. Are they going to say the same thing about them? I mean, there could be so many factors why Ejako may not come there, including what Michael Afrani said. Like, it's an NDC thing, so he doesn't want to get involved. But I don't like the way that he went about it. I feel that if Ejako tried to be part, but he is right to say that Ejako didn't need any special invitation to be part of it.
So would you be surprised if Ejako says, yeah, you invite him into my uncle?
Oh, when I'm coming to Michael Afrani, come here, make it can be a child.
Can you invite him?
Why should they invite him special as a what?
As a veteran and an actor, somebody that has paid his dues.
So to come there to do what?
To grace the occasion.
Yeah, so come and grace the occasion like any other person, especially if you are not integral part of whatever that they are trying to do there. You see, that's he doesn't need any special invitation. He's an Ashanti person. He lives in Ashanti region. So you can tell them, say, me Ashanti 4 years there, me person me boa, and so me too, I'll be there. Like the way others will be there. So can you imagine if people were expecting invitation before they attended? And just imagine the number of invitations that they have to give it to people or dash to people. Only few people who will be selected or they have special role to play will be invited because of the special role that they want them to play. But if they don't have any special role for you, you can just participate as just being part of it or grace the occasion as you are saying it. You see, it will be wrong for a Ejeko to go to any of the events and for them to treat him ordinary. That one, I will not be happy about it. That's where I will go with you and say that yes, he's a special guest. He deserves special treatment because of what he has done as an actor, as an artist in the entertainment industry. You can't talk about entertainment in Ghana and take Ejeko out. So for that reason, if he appears there, he should be given a special treatment. But without any invitation for him to say that if you don't give me invitation, I will not come to me too, I will not be happy with him. But if he appears under any circumstances for any of the event, he should be given preferential treatment just because he's a legend, just because he has contributed to the entertainment industry. But I don't see the need for him to get special invitation before he goes there.
Well, this is what came from Chemo. And of course, you've also heard from the actor Michael Afrani, as well as the conversations attached to AshantiFest and all that went on. There is a breaking news, and I'm sure the big man is on his way to come and give you the details of that breaking news. There is an apology and a retraction from Shatta, and it is an issue between him and Bulldog. The details, I'm sure, will be on the next video. So if you have not subscribed, right after this particular video, you can refresh and also enjoy that particular video. But then, this has been Showbiz Daily. You can share your views in the comment section. I'm sure subsequent ones, or maybe the next one, we will sit down and dissect it into details, the pros and cons of that particular breaking news. Well, my name is Roland Amati. Let me say big ups to Chemo for holding me down. Some two guys are also here. Kofi on it, aka Theophilus Dugosh, as well as Officer Desert. We'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye.
Everybody check now. Check it. Fa check it. Fa check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it, check it. Fa check it, check it. Fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer. Fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Put sugar level, fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer. Everybody check now. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.